Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and I am back on the mic. I'm not quite as stuffy and all the other crap that's happened seems to have all settled down. So a couple things for today. It is before the off day, so we're going to get the subs in here. Alright, that looks like the lineup that we want. Also note that Zap is the pitcher today. He is coming off of a perfect game, so he's just not recovered from that longer outing yet. So kind of figured that's the way this was going to work out. Zap's almost back at full strength, so hopefully he'll be good for 6 innings. But otherwise, let's say it. Going for the sweep today, which is surprising to me, although yesterday was just a 1-0 game. Reds with their normal lineup that we've been seeing. I do believe Eric Ibar is new this year. I'm pretty confident in that. Everyone else, I think, has been here, including Jordan Tata, who we will see here on the mound here shortly. Who also apparently has not given up a run this year. All right, Kester in the box to lead things off. First pitch of the ball game is a curveball for a strike. This pitch will be fouled away over the tarp to make it 0-2. Ground ball back up the middle, and it will get through for a leadoff single. That'll bring Sweeney to the plate today. First pitch right down the middle. Sweeney lets it go by for a strike. Hits this one towards the middle. Ivar able to get this one, and Phillips will make it into a double play. 6-4-3. So base is now empty with 2 outs, and Chief at the plate. That curveball stays high. Hits this one up the middle again. This one will get through. Everything right back up the gut today so far. Here is Quentin. Haven't seen him in a bit. He will bat left-handed. He will look at a strike. That's pitch just a bit inside. Pop fly, Phillips going back, stay on the dirt and make the catch. So a couple hits but no runs for the Squirrels to start off the game. Shao will lead off for the Reds. So they have flip-flopped Shao and Hopper this year in their lineup. You saw the lineup that we came up with. There they are defensively, and again, Zap on the mound today. Here is Shao. Start things off with a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here's Norris Hopper. First pitch, a fastball for a strike. Line drive, that'll go into left field for a base hit. Quinton will get over and keep things at a single. 1 on with 1 out for Derek Lee, who got off to a miserable start last year. Things are looking much better so far for him this year. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Looks at strike 3 on a high fastball. 2 away, here's Adam Dunn, who's turned into a high average hitter apparently. Hits this one just foul down the first base line. Maybe not just foul, but foul down that way, as that changeup is too low. Down and in, it's 2-1. Ground ball, that one was closer, but still foul. 2-2. Zap checks over on Norris. Or a Hopper. I guess that's his first name. Anyway. That pitch runs a bit outside. We got a full count with 2 outs. Runner takes off. Done. Hits one into the outfield. Miyake waiting on it, and that concludes a scoreless first inning. We go to the second, where Zach will lead it off for the Squirrels. Tata starts the inning off with a changeup that gets put into shallow right, but it does land just foul, and this time I mean just foul. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Fouled away, we'll try again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here is Miyake. So one of the few true left-hand bats we have. Got a 2-0 count. This pitch up and in, 3-0. Here's a called strike. This one popped up right at the plate. Ross, standing on the plate, makes the grab. 2 down, here is Martinez. He's our only fielder to not have a hit, and right on cue, that's a line drive up the middle for his first hit of the year. That'll bring Phil to the plate with 2 outs. Runner on first. Ground ball to short, Ibar to first, and that will end the top of the second. Still no score. Edwin Encarnacion will lead things off for the Reds in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. Another called strike on the outside corner. Ground ball to short. Kester on to first. 1 away. That will bring Brandon Phillips to the plate. Starts things off with the strike on the inside. Phillips didn't care for the call. This one too far inside to make it 1-1. Called strike down and away, and then that fastball a touch too high. 2-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup for strike 3. 2 down, here is Eric Ibar. He will look at a strike. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Ground ball to short, Kester on to first, and that will end the inning. We go to the third, still no score. Zap is going to lead it off at the plate. I guess this is the first time Zap has started a game, so this is his first at-bat of the year. Ground ball back to Tata, who will get it to first, no problem. 1 down, here comes Kester. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. Fastball, down and away. This into left field, that will hit right on the line. Kester looking to turn that into a double, and he will do so safely. Just a well-placed ball for a speedy runner. And the Squirrels now have a runner in scoring position with 1 out and Sweeney at the plate. First pitch a bit too high. And changeup too low. There's a called strike. Another called strike makes it 2-2. Called strike 3. 2 away. Here's Chief at the plate. First pitch is called a strike. As is the second pitch. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Still 0-2. Fouled away again, very similar. This one gets away from Ross, and that will let Kester get to third. It's a 1-2 count now, but still 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tata out of the mini jam. Still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the third, where David Ross will lead things off for Cincinnati. First pitch to Ross is a fastball that sails on Zap. Better breaking ball, that is called a strike. Change up in there for a strike to make it 1-2. That change up called strike 3. 1 away. Here is Tata. First pitch is too high, maybe outside as well. Here's a called strike, and then a ball into foul territory on the left field side. 1-2. Touch outside, Tata lays off. This weak line drive towards the middle. Phil is able to get a glove on it for the second out of the inning. 4 strikeouts for Zap the first time through the Reds order. Shao at the plate. And he has a 1-1 count to start this at bat. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Another swing and a miss ends the inning. We are still scoreless as we go into the fourth. The Squirrels will start off with Quinton at the plate. All right, first pitch is down and away. And behind on that fastball makes it 1-1. That fastball too high. Oh, pretty hittable pitch, but Quinton misses it. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here's Zach. Struck out at his first at-bat. Grounds this one through the left side of the infield for a base hit. A 1-out single will bring Miyake to the plate. He popped out in his last at-bat. Puts this one into left field on a drive, so that'll put 2 runners on for Martinez, who just got the first hit of his season. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Phil. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch is called a strike. Ground ball to first. It will stay fair. And he'll pick the ball up while standing on the bag. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Norris Hopper starting off for the Reds. Still no score. Hopper starts off with the ball inside and then swings and misses at a breaking ball. Hits this one over Zap's head. Kester will pick it up and throw it to first. 1 down. Here's Derek Lee. Struck out at his first at-bat. Hits this one in the air to left. Quinton is not going to make it there. That will fall in for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out for Adam Dunn. Popped out his first at-bat. First pitch down in the dirt. Second pitch called a strike, down and away. Similar pitch, Dunn can't hit it, 1-2. Hits this one, foul down the first base line. That fastball too far inside, 2-2. This is going to be put in a bit of an odd spot. Phil picks it up and tags the runner out. So 2 away with the runner on first, but that runner is now just went blank on who that runner is. But Edwin Encarnacion has an 0-2. Adam Dunn is the runner. God, that don't know how that slipped my mind. Encarnacion into center field, and that will be a base hit. The Reds put 2 runners on with 2 outs for Brandon Phillips. And that's a base hit into left. That'll give the Reds the lead. Will it be 1 or 2? Quinton gets the ball in pretty well, so it does keep the damage at 1 for now. All right, here's Eric Ibar. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. I'm sure he would love to give the Reds some cushion here. Has a 1-1 count. Zap does not get the call on that pitch. Throws a changeup again, and it bounces in. 3-1. Swinging 3-1 and pulling it foul. It's a full count. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Reds do take the 1-0 lead, though it certainly could have been worse. We move into the 5th inning, where Zap is going to lead things off. Zap with the ground out in his first at bat. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one straight back, foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, here's Kester. He is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Looks at a strike. Grounds this one to third, and Encarnacion to first. 2 away. Here is Sweeney. He is also 0 for 2. Hit into a double play and struck out. Looks at strike 1. That curveball outside. This will get down into right field for a base hit. 2 outs, but a very speedy runner aboard. Chief 1 for 2 on the day. Popped foul. Wonder if Sweeney's going to take off here. Stays put for now. That pitch is outside. 1-1. There's a line drive into left. Sweeney was not running with the pitch, so he will stay at second. Might have had to stay at second anyway. It was hit fairly hard into left. Here's Quinton with 2 aboard with 2 outs as he looks at strike 1. Quinton, I'm pretty confident, 0 for 2 on the day. Has a 1-1 count after that ball in the dirt. Hits this one into left, and that will get down for a base hit. Here comes Sweeney to score, and we have a tie ball game. 1-1. Here is Zach at the plate with 2 on still with 2 outs. First pitch up and in. Swing and a miss. Fouled back. That makes it 1-2. Ground ball to first. Lee catches it standing on the base to end the inning. But we are tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. David Ross is going to lead things off for Cincy. Pardon me, had to blow my nose. Ross has got a 3-0 count. Zap is starting to tire. I was hoping we can get to 6, but I don't know. Does put that one over for a strike. And that's going to be a walk. First one today for either team. Tata with a weak line out to second in his first at bat. The pitch is up and in. There's a strike. Now he shows bunt. We will take the out at this point, though he bunts foul. That'll make it 1-2, and looks like he's going to swing now. That pitch, I don't know what it was supposed to be, but probably not what he actually threw. He bunts again, and it will be foul for a strikeout. So one away, runner on first for Shao. First pitch called a strike. Shao, I do believe, has struck out in both at bats so far. Does not strike out here. That'll get through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Here's Norris Hopper with the chance for the Reds to regain the lead. We'll see if we can get zapped through this inning, but I don't think he's got a sixth inning for sure. Ground ball, will it be double play? No, Phil misplays the ball. He's supposed to be a defensive type player, but that's an E4 to load the bases for Derek Lee and a tired pitcher on the mound. Still only one out. Derek Lee whiffs at the first pitch, hits the second one, another high hop. Zap catches it himself, goes to first to get the out, but the Reds do manage to score a run. So they have the 2-1 lead with 2 runners in scoring position and Adam Dunn at the plate. Zap does not get the call on the first pitch. Second pitch, very hittable, and Dunn lets it go by. Hits this one, Phil going back, and he will end the inning, but the Reds probably tied the game on his account after he misplayed that ground ball to second. So the Reds with a 2-1 lead as we go into the 6th. Miyake at the plate. Tata still on the mound, looking strong. Miyake swings and misses at the first pitch. Grounds this one right to first. I think that's the third one Derek Lee is caught right on the base. Martinez, 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at a strike. Hits this one right to Lee. He at least has to run over to the base this time. So here's Phil. He's ground out in both at-bats. That pitch down and in. Ground ball to third. Encarnacion on to first, and that will end the top of the 6th inning. So 2-1 Reds lead. Edwin Encarnacion is due up, although we will have to change pitchers here before we get anybody hurt. I guess Nakai's also going to get our first reliever at bat of the year. Don't get many of those. All right, Edwin Encarnacion at the plate. Nakai on the mound starts him off with the fastball that gets a swing and a miss. Another fastball looked at for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away, Brandon Phillips at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a, do believe, an RBI double, if I remember right. Looks at strike 1. That pitch too low, maybe inside as well. Ground ball through the right side of the infield for a base hit. 1 on with 1 out. Here's Eric Ibar. He is 0 for 2. This is going to drop into right field for a base hit and roll in a pretty nice spot, but it's not going to be a double. Zach does a good job cutting it off, but Phillips does make his way to third. So runners on the corners for David Ross, and again, only 1 out. Nakai laboring a bit out here. It's got a 1-1 count on Ross. This one right to Phil at second. Kester on to first in time for 6-3 double play to end the 6th inning. Reds still ahead 2-1 as we move into the 7th, where Nakai will actually get an at-bat. First pitch up and in. And this pitch inside to make it 2-0. 3-0. They might actually walk the opposing relief pitcher. That fastball in there for a strike. I would not be all that upset if Nakai just doesn't swing. Though he does there, comes up empty. Makes it a full count. I guess Tata just realized he was facing a relief pitcher. Nakai fouls that one away. And he's going to come up with a base hit into right field. Look at that. Nakai aboard to lead off the inning. Here's Kester. He's 2 for 3. First pitch called a strike. Now he shows bunt. It's going to make the bullpen pitcher run, although the bunt goes foul. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Here is Sweeney. He is 1 for 3 so far. Hits this one through the right side of the infield for another base hit. 2 aboard with 1 out and Chief at the plate. Swing and a miss makes it 0-1. Another swing and a miss makes it 0-2. That's going to be a line drive into right center, and the Squirrels just might take a lead here. We'll see. Yes, Sweeney on his way home. Here comes the throw. Not going to be in time. The Squirrels lead for the first time today, 3-2. Will that be enough to knock Tata out of the game? It does appear so. Is it Rhett Reinecker? John Reinecker on the mound. Sorry, I guess I was trying to make him a comic book character or something. John Reinecker is going to take over. We have seen him a few times already this series. That will flip Quentin around about right-handed, and he looks at strike 1. Runner still on second. Just the 1 out as he fouls that pitch away to make it an 0-2 count. Hits this one hard, not out of the ballpark hard, and Dunn actually able to track it down. Chief obviously thought he did not have a prayer. He was already on his way home. But the Squirrels take the 3-2 lead, and pitcher's spot will lead off after the break. Alright, the Reds go with a pinch hitter. Here comes Touch Eye. He seems to be their first off the bench this year. Nakai going to work a second inning, as this is where he was actually supposed to come in. Although now he's in line to be the winning pitcher. Touch Eye pops up back to Nakai, 1 away. Shao, 1 for 3 so far. First pitch. Down and in, or down and out rather. Pop back up, but then it'll get out of play behind the plate. 1-1. Swing and a miss, can't catch up to the fastball. And again, could not judge that fastball for strike 3. Another swing and a miss. Hopper reached on the error by Phil last time up. Looks at ball 1. Looks at a strike. This is going to go into shallow right for a base hit. 1 on with 2 outs, and we're going to get a pinch runner, I'm assuming. Yes, Pickles is going to come in to run for Hopper. You would think they would make him steal here, but he doesn't go on the first pitch, which is a fastball for a strike. Derek Lee at the plate pops this one up behind the mound. Nakai will do it himself, and that will end the 7th inning. Squirrels lead 3-2. And they're going to start off with Zach at the plate in the 8th inning. Joe Thatcher is going to come onto the mound to pitch. Pickles stays into play second, and Myers will come into play right field, which means Phillips will leave the game, as will Touch Eye. Zach grounds the first pitch right to Pickles, and he is up to the task. 1 down. Here is Miyake. He's 1 for 3 today. Looks at a strike. Ground ball to short. Ibar, no problem with that. 2 down, and here is Martinez. He is 1 for 3. First pitch outside. Swing and a miss will make it 1-1. Another swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Little line drive towards second. Pickles makes the catch, and that will end the top of the 8th. Squirrels still up 1. Adam Dunn will lead things off for the Reds in the bottom half of the inning, though he will not do so against Nakai. Instead, we will go get Hermina. All right, first pitch is called a strike. They bounce in. Hermida bounces in a curveball, bounces in another curveball. Swings and misses at a curveball. It makes it 2-2. Ground ball, that'll get through the middle for a base hit. So here's Edwin Encarnacion, and he swings and misses at the first pitch, but it gets away from Martinez. So the Reds now with the runner in scoring position and nobody out. And there's Encarnacion, cashes in right away. Adam Dunn, after making a pretty good play in the outfield, comes in to score and ties this game at 3. So Myers is going to get a base hit into right field. He came into Phillips' spot as part of that double switch with Pickles. Here's Eric Ibar, 2 on, and Hermita's still not even recorded an out, and it's suddenly no longer a save situation. It's got Ibar with an 0-2 count, and he'll get a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down, David Ross, still 2 runners on. First pitch, a fastball for strike 1. Second pitch, fastball a bit too far outside. Curveball, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's the pitcher spot. They will pinch hit Jose Bautista. Two outs, 2 on. First pitch, a fastball. That's a bit too high. Curveball stays high as well. That curveball in there for a strike. Fastball lined into right field, right on the line, just out of the reach of Sweeney, and the Reds take a 4-3 lead. Back and forth ball game. Here's Shao. Runners on the corners. There are 2 outs. As Hermida fires that fastball in low. Ground ball past Chief at third. The Reds are going to score again. 5-3, and here's Pickles at the plate after he came in to pinch run. Looks at strike 1. Ground ball that Phil should handle, and he does. That ends the inning, but we go to the 9th, and the Squirrels suddenly need 2 runs to stay alive. And they're going to start off with Phil at the plate, and then we'll pinch hit probably Tom in this situation. Jeff Karstens is going to come in to close things out. I'm sure the Reds got some pride. They definitely don't want to be swept after they were step for step with us right up until this series. First pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, we came in undefeated, and the Reds had only lost 1 coming into this series. 2-1 feels a lot better than 3-0. So Phil strikes out. Here comes Tom to pinch hit. First pitch to Tom is a curveball for a strike. Line drive into center, but it's right to Shao. Not sure he had to move anything other than his glove. 2 away for Kester. Nobody on base. He is the last out for the Squirrels. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is your ball game. The Reds hand the Squirrels their first loss of the season by a score of 5-3. It's a back and forth game pretty much all day, though Hermida really did not look like his normal self out there. The Reds battered him around pretty good. Take a look at the highlights they pick up in the 5th inning. You know, really, at the end of the day, I guess it really came down to Adam Dunn made an excellent play in the outfield, and Sweeney couldn't quite match him over at first. Jose Bautista is going to be your player of the game for driving in the winning run as a pinch hitter. And yeah, he did exit the game after that, too, so he really was just a pinch hitter, but gets your game-winning RBI. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We are off tomorrow. I do believe we pick back up with the Brewers after this back at home. So we will see you on Wednesday.